Early autumn in the south is probably the most comfortable time of the year. The wind is cool, the air moist, and taking a few deep breaths while walking down the street leaves you feeling utterly refreshed. The main gate of City No. 1 High School was deserted and quiet. The wind swept fallen leaves along the ground, occasionally making a swish, swish sound, making the place feel even more desolate. Cheerful music rang through the campus. The Dunsu bell for the first class of the morning. Ah, we're dead. We're late. 2 or 3 male students in blue school uniforms came running in a flurry of dust, only to be stopped by the security guard. You few, come over here and register. Uncle, how about cutting us some slack? Little brats, who are you calling uncle? Oh, dear elder brother, we were wrong. Can you let us off this once? The security guard smacked one of the boys on the head, his anger spiking. I'm your brother. Can't you talk properly? Huh. Now hurry up and register. Take out your student ID cards. The 3 pulled long faces, familiar with the routine, and started filling in their information. The security guard sat to one side, picked up his water cup for a drink, and didn't forget to instruct. I've got you all in my sights. Don't give me fake names or fake classes. The 3 sighed in dismay. The security guard chuckled derisively and started scrolling through his phone. The boy who finished writing fastest put down his pen, looked up, and idly stared at the security monitor. Whoa! A figure vaulted over the wall onto the campus, moving with astonishing speed. Awesome! Which brother had such incredible agility, light as a swallow? Who's awesome? You're staring at the monitor and muttering to yourself? Seen a ghost. The security guard shooed them inside. Luo Chung sat on a stone bench by the path, nonchalantly brushing the grass clippings from vaulting over the wall off his pant legs. He had just taken a carton of soy milk from his bag, inserted the straw, and hadn't even had a sip when he heard a familiar roar not far away. You 3 late again? Regular latecomers, huh? Get over here. It was the discipline director. Luo Chung quickly slipped away. The discipline director's scolding of the 3 unlucky students grew fainter as Luo Chung ran up the stairs. Gloating at their misfortune, he suddenly heard a buzz of whispering. He paused, the straw in his mouth, and turned his head, meeting the eyes of the physics teacher through the classroom window. The 2 stared at each other, momentarily speechless. Someone was suppressing a snicker. An awkward freeze frame. Classmate Luo, you're quite early, aren't you? The physics teacher was an old man wearing reading glasses, now staring at him with a tight, false smile. In a little while, you could catch the sunset view, you know. For this class, you can just stand outside and finish your breakfast. The teacher sees you haven't woken up yet. Perfect time to clear your head out here. Luo Chung bent slightly and stood against the wall. Someone in the classroom laughed, only to be silenced by the old man's glare. After finishing his soy milk, he took a slice of toast from his bag. Just as he took a dry bite, someone tapped on the window nearest him from inside. Chungji, the sun's a bit harsh. Could you block some of it for me? I'm sorry, Chungji, don't hit me. I'll kill you. Full and satisfied, the class-ended bell rang. Luo Chung contentedly burped, rubbed his stomach, and walked into the classroom. Wang Dalan jumped up from his chair, his heavy frame nearly knocking it over. Chungji, you got any food left? Luo Chung stuffed his bag into his desk drawer, glanced lazily at him, and drawled, all gone. Wang Dalan looked a bit disappointed, his small eyes losing their sparkle. Then, his small eyes suddenly gleamed, and he swallowed hard. The second-to-last room at the end of the hallway has some. Want some? Wang Dalan frantically shook his head. Luo Chung snorted, picked up his water bottle from the desk, and headed out. Hey, Chung-er, wait for me. Someone caught up from behind and slung an arm around his shoulder. Walking so fast. What's chasing you, a ghost? Luo Chung pried off Yang Chuan's hand, disgusted. Can you be a bit more refined? Yang Chuan cackled loudly, theatrically flipping his fringe. Your dad here is so handsome. I'm going for the suave and freestyle, you get it? Fine then, stay away from me. Your dandruff is falling on me. Huh. Yang Chuan dashed to the water dispenser, earnestly examining his reflection in its shiny surface, then touched his face, striking a few suave poses from different angles. Nonsense, Chung-er, I washed my hair last night, specially used my little sister's shampoo, super fragrant. Look at me, even more charming, right? Luo Chung pursed his lips and rinsed his bottle. Come on, smell it, nice, right? My sister says it's a Japanese brand, really famous. Want some? I'll get you a bottle. No need, thanks. Oh, then fill this up for me. I'm going to the bathroom. Hurry up. After filling the bottle, Luo Chung leaned lazily against the balcony railing, idly watching the scenery. Just then, a few girls stood by the stairs, peeking sneakily towards the opposite teaching building. Over there, by another water dispenser, a sizable queue had formed. Mostly girls, they kept glancing backward and then quickly looking away. Though an academic slacker, Luo Chung had good eyesight. He immediately spotted the tallest figure in the crowd. Long legs, at least 183 centimeters barefoot. Pretty tall, he thought. The few girls by the stairs looked visibly excited, their legs trembling slightly, as if poised to dash over at any moment. Luo Chung tapped his fingers on his bottle, looking mildly uninterested. Dalao. Big shot / boss. Luo Chung. Hearing his name, he slowly looked up. The girls were staring at him, eyes gleaming. It was a hard-to-describe look, like the restrained anticipation of a starving wolf, gradually morphing into a strangely obsessed grin. You all. Before he could finish, someone approached from across the way, and the girls scurried off immediately. Luo Chung felt a bit bewildered and a bit irritated. That Yang Chuan was taking forever in the bathroom, must have fallen in. And the water bottle he was holding was still that obnoxious girly pink. So utterly flamboyant, he could ride a rocket's exhaust straight into space. Heavy footsteps slowly approached. Before he could look, Wang Dalan's big face loomed before him, his white teeth nearly blinding him. Chengji, what you standing here for? Luo Chung raised a hand to shield himself, shaking the pink bottle at him. Oh, what a coincidence. I came to get water too. Really? Luo Chung blinked. Huh? What's wrong with your eyes? Uncomfortable, Chengji. No, Depang, you're just too dazzling. Oh, you're embarrassing me. Wang Dalan laughed uproariously, his cheeks jiggling, then slapped Luo Chung hard on the shoulder. Smack, clatter, glug, glug. The flashy pink bottle rolled onto the ground. Wang Dalan yelped and bent over to grab it, stumbling and falling flat on his face. Wah! Ouch! The first exclamation was disbelief, the second pure pain. The pink bottle was picked up by a fair, slender hand. Wang Depang, I'll kill. Luo Chung, clutching his injured shoulder, looked up ready to curse, but abruptly stopped. Before him stood a boy. He had large, round eyes, with lashes that looked long and soft. His lips were red, teeth white, an incredibly pretty and well-behaved appearance. He held out the pink bottle, smiling to reveal small dimples, like a soft, sweet little cake. Senior Luo. Luo Chung corrected him seriously. Call me Gidge. Older brother. Yang Chuan arrived belatedly, his eyes burning with intense curiosity. He nudged the prone figure on the ground with his toe. Bro, what are you doing? Wang Dalan struggled to get up. Chuan, my chest hurts. Give it a rub for me, will ya? Annoying. Always trying to take advantage of me. Huh? Isn't this my bottle? Habitually walking over, he draped his arm over Luo Cheng's shoulder. Looking past him, he saw the pretty kid standing in front of Luo Chung. It's yours. Ji Yin turned and stuffed the bottle into Yang Chuan's arms. Yang Chuan. Oh, thanks. He wasn't sure, but when the kid looked at him just now, his smile seemed to fade a lot, and his hand retracted quickly after shoving the bottle into his arms. Could it be he was carrying some kind of virus? Luo Chung raised an eyebrow, his face expressionless, and asked, a kid from grade 10? Wang Dalan, still rubbing his chest, chimed in. Chengji, he's in grade 11. And he's taller than you. Calling him a kid isn't quite right, you know. God, not quite right. Yang Chuan nearly choked on his own saliva. Luo Chung fought the urge to kick the guy flying, a wry smile on his face. But Ji Yin earnestly picked up the conversation. Gidge, I'm Ji Yin from class 1, grade 11. Right across from you guys. This time Yang Chuan really did choke. Wang Dalan chuckled. Oh, Junior, I know you. Luo Chung frowned, feeling the name sounded familiar somewhere. Ji Yin. As he was mulling it over, his left hand was grasped by the wrist and lifted. His palm tingled slightly. Ji Yin's fingertip was tracing on it, writing his name, stroke by stroke. Ji, the season. Yin, the character with the double-person radical and the 3 dots water radical. Gidge, Will you remember now? Luo Chung lifted his head from the desk and gulped down several mouthfuls of water. The temperature hadn't been high these past few days, but his mouth and tongue were constantly dry. It got even worse whenever he looked towards the opposite teaching building. It felt like some witch was casting a spell, luring his heart right out of his chest. As soon as class ended, Luo Chung headed to the school store and bought a bottle of soda. Iced. Yang Chuan snatched it. Why are you drinking iced stuff? What's the problem? Nothing. Just worried about your stomach acting up. You know your stomach isn't great. Luo Chung turned to look at him, the corner of his mouth lifting. Not drinking much. It's fine. After class, the hallway outside was crowded, mostly boys. Some were posing provocatively, flirting with passing girls, winking so fast it looked like a tick, just begging to be hit. Hey, friend over there, with a bit more dressing up, you could be a madam in a brothel. Yang Chuan, get lost, the boy laughed back. Chingji, you should punch him one. Luo Chung squinted, offering an objective assessment. Your hip twist just now wasn't bad. Damn it, Chingji, not cool. Oh, welcome, kind sir. Step right this way. Our girls here are national beauties, beauties to topple cities and kingdoms. Master Luo, you're so handsome. Your waist is so slender. This servant girl just wants to wrap her legs around it. A wave of laughter followed. Two girls passing by blushed, sneaking a peek at the waist of the rumored grade 12 boss, privately admiring, indeed slender. The tips of Luo Cheng's ears reddened. He untied the school jacket tied around his waist, put it on properly, cursed a few times, and went back to the classroom. The door to the teacher's office opened. The discipline director, who also taught math, stood akimbo at the door. In his other hand, he brandished a big yellow ruler, pointing it at the boys in the hallway with commanding presence. Having fun harassing girls, are you? If you don't shape up, I'll have you drop your pants and stand in a line. Whoosh! The crowd scattered instantly. Jian's pen stopped. He closed his sketchbook. Finished? His deskmate asked, still scribbling furiously. No, still needs a bit. Oh, what's missing? Jian's fingertip tapped rhythmically against his lips, murmuring vaguely, thoughtfully curling his mouth. Need to measure it to know exactly how slender it is. How slender what is? Jian looked out the window, his gaze deepening like rich ink. His voice was low. It'd feel really soft, wouldn't it? Gidge. On the first day of the new semester, a new male transfer student joined Class 1, Grade 11. He was exceptionally handsome. Rumor had it that the moment he walked into the classroom, the entire teaching building could hear the girls in Class 1 squealing with excitement. That same day, the school's bulletin board and confession wall were flooded with hundreds of photos of this boy, his popularity skyrocketing, rivaling even Luo Chung, the rumored grade 12 boss. Although Luo Chung was academically weak, his looks more than made up for it. His perpetually cool expression carried a certain aesthetic allure. His features were cold. During his time at school, by incomplete statistics, he had unconsciously turned down nearly 10 girls' confessions. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Privately, it was probably more, but no one knew for sure. Not to mention whether Luo Chung even remembered them. The girls who were rejected certainly wouldn't bring it up as bedtime talk or spread it around. Once, Luo Chung and Wang Dalin were walking into school after buying breakfast outside the gate when they encountered a few girls. The girls pushed and shoved, eventually nudging a relatively petite one right in front of him. He was holding a griddled pancake at the time, chewing a mouthful. The girl's ears and face were red. She seemed to want to say something, just staring at him. They stared at each other for a while. Luo Chung raised an eyebrow, his expression asking if she needed something. But the girl seemed startled, her clasped hands not knowing where to go. Luo, you want this? Without warning, a griddled pancake was thrust into the girl's hands. Wang Dalin looked at the one remaining pancake in his own hands. Sorry, we need to get to class. Oh, and no need to thank me, no need to pay me back. The two walked off, leaving the petrified girls behind. Luo Chung was a straight guy, the kind that could be pretty infuriating. Later, this incident spread, and Luo Chung gained another label, pretty and kind-hearted. Lately, however, Luo Chung, the pretty and kind-hearted one himself, had been troubled. Even eating his favorite griddled pancake felt distracting. He had his eye on a kid from the opposite teaching building. Even though the kid was taller than him, that didn't affect his desire to be the kid's boyfriend. Luo Cheng slept through the last class, physics. Tying his school jacket around his waist, he left the classroom with Yang Chuan and Wang Dalan. Wang Dalan was munching on a pack of cookies, crumbs smeared around his mouth. Going to the cafeteria, and you're still eating? Yang Chuan asked. I can't hold out. I'm afraid I won't have the energy for the walk to the cafeteria. Yang Chuan was speechless. Only Luo Cheng gave a thumbs up. Impressive. The three went downstairs. Looking ahead, they could see a sea of blue figures, all heading towards the various cafeterias. So many people. Chingji, how about we eat out? I heard a new restaurant open nearby, Southeast Asian cuisine. Sounds pretty good, yeah? Luo Cheng was too lazy to think much, just headed straight out. Let's go. I've been getting so thin lately from exhaustion. Feel, Chingji, the fat on my belly has decreased. Oh, Yang Chuan found it amusing. Can you wipe the crumbs off your mouth before you speak, son? Chuan, got any paper? What for? I was just imagining the dishes we're gonna eat, and I think I'm drooling. No paper. I don't carry stuff that ruins my macho image. Luo Cheng, who had just pulled out a pack of tissues. They left the school gate and stood there foolishly for a moment. Finally, Luo Cheng couldn't help asking, where exactly is this restaurant you mentioned? Wang Dalan scratched his head. I seem to have forgotten. Hang on, let me scout it out. Cheng I feel like smashing his head. What should we do? Luo Cheng had to pull out his phone and use navigation. Yang Chuan smoothed his hair, took out a small elastic band, and tied his front fringe into a tiny top knot. He fished a small mirror from his jacket pocket, studied himself, and sighed. Still charming, thank goodness. The wind is so strong, messing up my hairstyle. They walked along the roadside. Wang Dalan paused, puzzled. Huh? Isn't that Ji Yin from grade 11? Luo Cheng stopped and looked in the direction Wang Dalan pointed. The boy was tall, wearing a black mask, his school jacket properly buttoned, walking towards them. Yang Chuan. Impressive, son. You could recognize him from that far. Well, not really. There are tons of his candid photos on the school confession wall. I've seen quite a few. Ji Yin spotted them, seemed to smile, his eyes crinkling warmly, and walked over. Wang Dalan even waved. Luo Cheng silently turned off the navigation. Yang Chuan seemed to think of something, puzzled. Why do you check the school confession wall every day? To see if anyone secretly has a crush on me. Yang Chuan. Just then, Luo Cheng nudged him. Is my hair messy? Yang Chuan, ? Ji Yin was truly a beautiful boy, with features so delicate they seemed flawless. Such looks might normally appear aloof, but his dimples softened his face so much, perfectly balancing that distant air. Senior Luo. The kid smiled shyly, his eyes fixed on Luo Cheng. Everything was perfect, except that Ji Yin completely ignored the existence of the other two standing nearby. Yeah, Ji Yin. Yang Chuan looked incredulous. Hello? Can't you see me? I even tied this super obvious top knot, fashionable and eye-catching. Wang Dalan remained enthusiastically warm, his small eyes squinting, looking particularly honest and Junior, you out foraging too? If you haven't eaten, come with us. More people, more fun, right? Wouldn't that be too much trouble for the seniors? Trouble? What trouble? Meeting his fate. Luo Cheng. No trouble. Where do you want to go? Yang Chuan was completely ignored. He was quite unhappy and snorted coldly. Junior, no need to be so polite. One more person just means one more to split the bill evenly. By the way, Junior, you don't eat much, right? Luo Cheng glanced at him. Ji Yin beamed, looking youthful and obedient. It's okay, I'll treat today. What would you seniors like to eat? The other three were all stunned. The situation was getting a bit weird. Yang Chuan was the first to react. After churning over countless drafts in his mind, he finally blurted, no need for that. Can't have you treating. In the silence, a motorcycle sped past nearby. Yang Chuan's little top knot trembled in the wind. We should be the ones treating you. Then you treat, Ah Chuan. Wang Dalan laughed, so hard his cheeks piled up. Why didn't you say so earlier? I even brought cash. Yang Chuan, momentarily caught off guard, had spoken before thinking. Now it was too late to take it back. Ji Yin, sorry for the expense, senior. Yang Chuan barely resisted the urge to slap the still cheerful Wang Dapang. The wind stung their faces. The air seemed to carry the sound of slapping. Smack, smack. After a moment's thought, Luo Cheng felt this wasn't right. I'll treat. It's the same. Yang Chuan, who had been tugging at his arm, paused, blinking stupidly. Wang Dalan nodded, contentedly patting his pocket. Senior Luo, let me do it. Huh. I eat quite a lot. It wouldn't be right to make you spend extra on our first meeting. So let me. Oh, you guys are too polite. Anyone can do it. No need to argue. Whoever doesn't treat this time can treat next time. No rush. Yang Chuan looked at Ji Yin, then at the gesticulating Wang Dalan. He felt complicated. After lunch, Yang Chuan, as usual, suggested heading to the nearby internet cafe for an hour before going back to school, just in time. Wang Dalan, rubbing his stomach, said he was ready to depart. I'm not going. Luo Cheng refused expressionlessly. What? Yang Chuan snapped his small mirror shut, feeling his worldview severely challenged. Wang Dalan even forgot to rub his stomach. Ji Yin had his back to them, scrolling on his phone, seemingly unperturbed. Luo Cheng sneaked a glance at Ji Yin, his face serious and righteous. I don't usually go to internet cafes. You two go ahead. The other two. How could Luo Cheng utter such an absurdly untrue statement? Yang Chuan had no doubt the guy was possessed. So he blurted, Chenger, have you lost your mind? How can you say such a heretical thing? Wang Dalan, maybe he's got a mental illness? Luo Cheng, shut up. Yang Chuan wouldn't give up. With a swift swish, he held the mirror up to Luo Cheng. Let me see which demon has possessed you, huh? Luo Cheng silently clenched his fist. Let me see too. Wang Dalan, utterly reckless, scurried behind Luo Cheng, stood on tiptoe to peer into the mirror, and was so startled by his own sudden, large face that he jumped a foot high, a piercing shriek tearing through the air. Yang Chuan was so shocked he fell right on his butt. Luo Cheng's eardrums were tortured inhumanely. He gritted his teeth, but held back. Ji Yan's lips curved slightly, a fleeting smile. Luo Cheng never considered himself thin-skinned, but at that moment, he definitely felt his face heating up. From anger. Mostly anger. He pursed his lips, suppressing a laugh of exasperation, and asked, Any other objections? Yang Chuan rolled his eyes, coughed a couple of times, and said, Well, we'll be off then. Wang Dalan swallowed hard, nodded, then asked, Cheng-ji, where are you going? I'm taking Ji Yin back. A moment of silence. Ji Yan's finger, scrolling on his phone, paused. He turned off the screen. You two, don't waste time. Get going. Meaning, get lost, stop dawdling. Ji Yin turned and stood behind Luo Cheng, hesitating. Senior Luo, I can go back by myself. I'm not going to the internet cafe. I'll walk you back. And I can finish the rest of my homework. Yang Chuan grabbed Wang Dalan and ran. They fled as if a ghost were chasing them, incredibly fast. Ji Yin watched their figures recede into the distance, a smile slowly surfacing in his eyes. His gaze fell back to the smooth, fair skin on the back of the neck of the person in front of him. His eyes deepened. Thank you, Gidge. Luo Cheng turned back, meeting Ji Yan's eyes. The kid's smile was pure and simple, looking at him with sincere gratitude. Luo Cheng's heart melted completely. How could there be such a good, adorable kid? Truly lovable. Yeah, it's nothing. Though his inner beastly thoughts were there. But Luo Cheng was a decent person, not some hooligan off the street. He wanted to pursue Ji Yin step by step, not charge in head-on, which would scare the kid off. So, the decent person Luo Cheng patted his crush's bottom and asked, expressionlessly, By the way, where did you buy these pants? The material looks pretty good. Felt even better. Springy and soft, just like him. Ji Yin looked like a startled little animal, gazing at him with big, moist eyes. Gidge, these are school uniform pants. Luo Cheng, first time acting like a rogue, and he messed up spectacularly. Damn, must not have set the right topic. Let's try again. Oh, I know. Luo Cheng maintained an unflappable expression, even subtly rubbing his fingers together, savoring the memory for a second. Your pants just look different from others. Different how? They feel different to touch. It slipped out. Ji Yin lowered his eyes, his expression darkening for a moment, unseen by Luo Cheng. Gidge, do you like them? Luo Cheng paused. Huh, like what? The pants or the butt? The pants are just okay, but I really like your butt. But he didn't ask, afraid of scaring the kid off. After all, he really was a decent person. It's nothing. Ji Yin's voice was a bit husky. Luo Cheng grunted in acknowledgement. They returned to school. Luo Cheng went to the store, bought a bunch of snacks, and forcefully gave them to Ji Yan. After thinking for a moment, he bought a bottle of drink too. Peach flavor, with cute pink packaging. Luo Cheng thought it suited Ji Yan perfectly. I'll treat you to a meal next time. Thanks for today. Ji Yan smiled sweetly, tilting his head. Okay. Luo Cheng felt wonderful. His hand instinctively went to pat Ji Yan's little bottom, but he managed to break just in time, raising his hand instead to ruffle Ji Yan's hair. Soft and fuzzy, like a little puppy. Luo Cheng's heart took a 10,000-point critical hit. His eyes lit up. The kid wasn't just good-looking. He felt great too. This little expression didn't escape Ji Yan's notice. His breathing became long and deep, winding and coiling, clinging to the exposed skin of the person before him. He wanted to stick all of himself onto him, pressing tightly without a gap. Thoughts twisted and turned 100 times, ruthlessly suppressed by an invisible hand. The very tip of his heart burned. Gidge, come closer to me. He mouthed the words silently, a gentle, tender smile blooming on his face. Time passed unhurriedly. After the afternoon classes ended, Luo Cheng returned to the dorm. He finished showering and was just coming out when he saw Yang Chuan rushing over with his basin. Cheng, wait for me. Got something to tell you. What is it? Yang Chuan hastily pulled off his shirt, throwing it into the basin. It's those bastards from number 3 middle school. Damn those hicks. Oh, so you leaving the door open while you shower? You want me to watch your show? Yang Chuan, who had his pants halfway down. The two, amicably, stared at each other for a moment. Then Yang Chuan let out a sleazy chuckle. If Chinger wants, I can show you my magnificent abs. His response was the deafening slam of the door. Hey, Chinger, toss me my facial cleanser. The two finished up and headed straight to the cafeteria. They had missed the peak dining time. Usually, by this time, there wasn't much food left in the grade 12 cafeteria, so Luo Cheng and Yang Chuan sat in the grade 10 and 11 cafeteria. While Yang Chuan went to get chopsticks, someone stood beside him. It was Ji Yan. Senior. Ji Yan. Luo Cheng was still a bit dazed. The kid's smile was dazzlingly beautiful, his eyes seeming to sparkle. Especially alluring. Ji Yan bent down to his eye level, asking softly, Gidge, can I sit next to you? Still dazed, Luo Cheng nodded. Yang Chuan returned and saw the two already sitting side by side. He paused for a few seconds, handed Luo Cheng his chopsticks. Hello, senior. Ji Yan greeted naturally. Yang Chuan pursed his lips. Not sure what he was imagining, he shuddered involuntarily, then suggested. You can just call me Yang Chuan. No need to be so formal. Ji Yan blinked innocently. Luo Cheng sighed deeply inwardly. Do you even have any shame? Sorry, your dad here is forever 17. Speechless. Boys eat fast. After the three put away their trays, the ever-troublesome Yang Chuan went off to buy drinks again. Ji Yan and Luo Cheng stood outside the cafeteria waiting. The sky was darkening. On campus, groups of students laughed and played, their voices carrying faintly from a distance. The faint scent of osmanthus flowers wafted through the air, turning into candy that burrowed into one's heart. A spiritually refreshing sweetness. Luo Cheng stood straight, looking towards the small garden next to the cafeteria. There was an osmanthus tree there. Gidge, what are you looking at? Just looking. Ji Yan stood beside Luo Cheng, watching his profile, his Adam's apple bobbing. Feeling the other's gaze fixed on him, Luo Cheng felt his cheeks burn slightly. He deliberately coughed. What is it? Ji Yan watched as Luo Cheng turned, their eyes meeting. His hand lifted, approaching the corner of Luo Cheng's eye, pointing just short of touching. Here, Gidge's tear mole. Yeah, is it nice? Luo Cheng raised an eyebrow. The boy's features were striking enough, carrying a sharp, Zhongyang kind of beauty. Yeah, nice. Especially nice. A collectible in an art gallery, priceless. Ji Yan had coveted it for a long time. Yang Chuan came out with 3 drinks, handing one to Luo Cheng and one to Ji Yan. Thanks, Senior Yang Chuan. Just a small gesture. Next time, I'll treat. Ji Yan twisted open the cap, smiling without a word. Oh, by the way, Ji Yan, let's exchange contact info. If you ever crave anything, just let me know. Luo Cheng, I have it. I'll send it to you later. Yang Chuan, ? They parted ways to go to their respective classrooms. On Luo Cheng's desk lay a letter, pink in color. Depang, Did someone come here just now? Wang Dalan was chewing something, his mouth full. He thought for a moment before swallowing. Dunno, didn't notice. Don't ask Dalin, Qingji. He's been mito devouring food since just now. Wang Dalan's desk mate was a thin boy, a stark contrast to Wang Dalan. Just an after-meal dessert. Not a dessert, a mountain. You're so annoying, Lulu. Luo Cheng stuffed the letter into his desk. Su Xing adjusted his glasses, nudged Luo Cheng. You're not going to open it and see? No need. Tisk, being so falsely prim. Want me to read it to you? Luo Cheng extended a finger and poked Su Xing's approaching face away. You can have Yang Chuan write you one. That peacock. The disdain in his voice was thick enough to overflow. How about you write me one? Luo Cheng stared at him expressionlessly. Su Xing cupped his face, blinking. Dearest? Luo Cheng's expression began to contort. I will seriously kill you. Yang Chuan slipped in through the back door and patted Su Xing. Handsome, switch seats with me for self-study tonight. Cheng'er and I have something to discuss. Su Xing glanced at him, indifferent. No. I called you handsome, and still no. Scram. Does this handsome guy's beauty need your hypocritical acknowledgement? Can you please get real? In this school, besides kind-hearted me, who else calls you handsome? Who else? Luo Cheng thought about offering a polite word of mediation, but the argument had already escalated to matters of personal character, and he didn't know how to intervene. Keep it down. Others are trying to study. The two. Hey, Su Xing, got any more pen refills? The girl at the desk in front turned around. Getting no response, she ventured, handsome guys? Who are you calling handsome? Su Xing asked as he pulled out a refill. The girl swallowed nervously. Answer correctly, and the refill is yours. Yang Chuan. Haha, calling you, of course, Suda handsome. Xing, you're definitely number one on my handsome guy. The girl got several refills for free, delighted. Mutual benefit. Mutual benefit. Su Xing was very satisfied, preening proudly, almost shaking his glasses off.